Welcome back, you beautiful, gullible internet dwellers. Today, we're tackling a rumor so persistent, so sticky, it's practically made of high fructose corn syrup. You've heard it at parties, you've seen it in those 10 mind-blowing facts lists from 2008, and your uncle probably posted it on Facebook last week. The question, was Coca-Cola originally green? Spoiler alert, no, it wasn't. It has always been brown, delicious sludge brown. But why do millions of people swear on their grandmother's grave that it was green? And more importantly, why is the real story of Coca-Cola about 1,000 times crazier than a simple color change? We're talking Civil War saber wounds, crippling morphine addiction, a government-sanctioned drug lab in New Jersey, and yes, actual, literal cocaine.
Buckle up, because we're about to decarbonate your childhood. Let's kill the green myth first so we can get to the drugs. If you pour a fresh Coke today, it's brown. If you poured one in 1886, it was brown. The caramel coloring was there from day one to hide impurities and give it that medicinal look. So where did the green rumor start? It's the bottle, genius. The original glass used for Coca-Cola bottles had natural impurities, specifically copper and minerals, that gave the glass a distinct greenish hue. They literally called it Georgia green. When you look at a dark brown liquid through thick green glass, what do you see? A greenish tint. That's it. That's the whole mystery.
You never'nt drinking Shrek's swamp water. You were just looking through cheap sand. Now, let's meet the father of fizz, John Stith Pemberton. He wasn't a jolly candy maker. He was a Confederate lieutenant colonel who got his chest slashed open by a saber in the Battle of Columbus. Ouch! To deal with the agonizing pain of, having a sword inside his torso, doctors gave him morphine. And like many veterans of his time, John became hopelessly addicted. Pemberton wasn't trying to make a soda, he was trying to cure himself. He was a pharmacist, desperately mixing chemicals to find a painkiller that wouldn't kill him. He started with something called Dr. Tuggle's compound syrup of globe flower. Catchy, right? But it didn't work. So he pivoted to the hard stuff. Alcohol y cocaine. Part 3. French wine coca, y alcoholic ancestor. Before Coke was Coke, it was Pemberton's French wine coca. It was basically a rip-off of a popular European drink called Vin Mariani, which was wine infused with coca leaves. Yes, wine and cocaine. The Red Bull and vodka of the 19th century. The Pope drank it. Queen Victoria drank it. It was the energy drink for people who wanted to conquer empires. Pemberton's version added kola nuts, which contain caffeine. So now you have alcohol, cocaine, and caffeine in one glass. It was marketed as a nerve tonic to cure everything from exhaustion to impotence. But then, Atlanta passed prohibition laws in 1886. No more alcohol. Pemberton panicked.
Let's address the elephant in the room, the cocaine. Did it really have cocaine? Yes, it wasn't a myth. The name literally comes from the two main ingredients, coca leaves, cocaine, and kola nuts, caffeine. Early estimates suggest it had about 9 milligrams of cocaine per glass. Is that a lot? Well, a line is about 50-75 milligrams,
so drinking a Coke was like doing a bump to start your day. No wonder it was marketed as a brain tonic that relieved fatigue. By 1903, sociedade começou a realizar que maybe giving everyone legal cocaine wasn't the best idea. Public outrage grew. But here's the kicker. Coke didn't remove the coca leaves. They just removed the active cocaine. Well, mostly. It wasn't until 1929 that the extraction process was perfected to be 100% cocaine-free. But wait, if they remove the cocaine, why do they still use the leaves? Part 5. The Secret New Jersey Drug Lab. This is my favorite part. The secret formula isn't just nutmeg and cinnamon. To this day, Coca-Cola is the only company in the United States authorized by the DEA to import coca leaves. They come from Peru to a factory in Maywood, New Jersey, run by the Stepan Company.
Here's how it works. The Stepan Company import about 100 metric tons of coca leaves a year. They extract the cocaine, which they sell to a pharmaceutical company named Mallinckrodt for use in medical numbing agents. And then they take the spent leaves, which are now cocaine-free but still taste like coca, and send that mash to Coca-Cola for the syrup. So yes, your soda has a direct supply chain link to the coca fields of South America, sanctioned by Uncle Sam. Conspiracy theorists, eat your heart out. Now, let's talk about the guy in the red suit. Another myth. Coke invented Santa Claus. False. But they definitely gave him a makeover. Before the 1930s, Santa looked terrifying.
Ha ha ha! He was tall, gaunt, sometimes wore green, brown, or animal skins. He looked like a guy who would break into your house to steal your stove, not leave gifts. In 1931, Coke hired artist Haddon Sundblom. He painted the Santa we know. Fat, rosy-cheeked,